Hi everyone, this is Stephanie, and I'm back with some things that I've made for my mother-in-law that I wanted to share with you. The first thing that I did was this altered letter S, and it started out as about 5 inches tall, and then with the crown now it's about 7.5. So I knew that I wanted to use this paper, and let me show you what it started out like. So this is from the Once Upon a Time paper stack from DCVW, and this one is from the Chateau Lavender, I think that's what it's called, paper stack from them as well. And then what I did first was, after I cut out the shapes, for the crown I backed it on some like cereal box. Like I just took, I saved a cereal box and I just backed it on that, cut out the shape and did that. And then I distressed everything with my paper distressing tool, and then I inked the edges. For the S, I did it in Victorian Velvet, and then for the crown I did Dusty Concord. And then I also sprayed it with some, the S I did Lindy's. I used the Lindy's Glitz Spritz in Sunset Pink, and then also I used some Perfect Pearls in Pink Gumball, and I think I also used Cappuccino on there too. And then for the crown, I used Cappuccino and Forever Violet Perfect Pearls. And so that's how I gave it a more vintage look to it. So then for the embellishing, let's start with the crown. I have this flourish stamp, and I just embossed it on there with this shabby pink embossing powder. And then for the band part here, I laid down this white piece of lace, and I just cut out the parts where it didn't exactly fit so that it would follow the shape of the crown. And then after I did that, I took this pink lace, which was a little bit smaller, and then I put that on top. Took these two purple strips of ribbon, made my band like that, and then laid this white string on top, which has some gold thread going through it. And then this is Recollections Bling on a Roll, and then I added the purple bling to the top for the jewels. So then for the S part, let's see, this one and this one are Michael's flowers. And this is a Recollections flower. This is a Prima butterfly that started off as vanilla, like a vanilla color, and then I sprayed it with my Lindy's Hottie Patati to get it to match the rest of the theme there. And this is actually garland that I got a couple Christmases ago, and I just cut off of it. So it was like an 8-foot garland or something, and so I just cut off pieces of it and use it like a spray. And so that's there along the bottom. This is some Recollections bling that I've cut up and swirled there, and then added some there as a little filler. This is a Recollections flower that started off brown, and I painted it purple to match. And then the bee, the 3 flowers, the rose, and this key down here, those are all from the Mod Podge melts, which I had a lot of fun using. The only thing that I did to them this time around was, this was the first project I think that I've used them on, and I just painted them with some acrylic paint. And actually for the bee and the rose down here, what I did for those two, because at first it was just a pale pink, and it was just so bright, even though it was a pale pink, just just with everything else, it was just so bright. And so what I did was I took some glitter paint, it was like a holographic kind or something, and then I just painted it over the pink, and I don't know if you can see that, and then I sprayed it with some Lindy's Moon Shadow spray, and then it worked out perfectly. That was exactly what I wanted it to look like. So I like how it turned out. And that's about it for that one. yeah. So then the next thing that I did was a Tussie Mussie, and I've been wanting to try one for a little bit. Probably gonna have to move out for this one. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's about 18 inches tall. I'm just gonna have to pick it up for this. Sorry for all the moving in advance. We'll just move over here. So, okay. I've seen a lot of videos on these online, and but the one that I decided to go with was Jeanette's from Scrap and Happy XO. And if you've ever seen her, she's wonderful. She does a lot of paper art dresses, and they just look so dainty and gorgeous. And she also does a lot of vintage style creations. And if you haven't seen her, you really must check her out because she's wonderful. So I decided to use her little tutorial on it. And she was inspired by someone else. Her name was Mona. She had the link on her video, and I tried to go to it, but I don't think the video is up anymore. So anyhow, there we go. Okay. So anyhow, a lot of the Tussie Mussies that I've seen are they're flat across. Everybody just trims it. You know, they make this and then they trim it all the way around so that it's flat. And I like this one because it has the V shape and makes it look like a collar, and then I just liked more of what you could see popping out of the Tussie Mussie, this way. So so what I did first was it's the same kind of cardboard like a cereal box. This is from a Coca-Cola box, and I cut out like a 12 by 12 circle, and then I papered it, the front and the back. I chose this maroon script paper, I think it's Colorblock, for the inside, and then for the outside it was like this cream paper. And I knew that I was going to cover it with this paper doily anyhow, so I wasn't too worried about what it was looking like. I was just mainly looking for the color. So after I covered it with the doily, I sprayed it with some of the Perfect Pearls Cappuccino, and then I covered the bottom with this lace, and then trimmed it in this white ribbon that has you can kind of see that glittery, trim on that too. And then after that, what I did was I attached the tassel. And the way that I did that was after I wrapped it, made my cone shape, and I hot glued this part. I left enough room here, a little hole, for me to pull the end of the tassel through up there, and then I put some hot glue around the top, and then I just sealed it up in there. And then so that's how I got that attached. And then I took the brown ribbon trim, started right here, and then went all the way around, brought it down to here, and then wrapped it around the bottom part and to the top of the tassel so that it covered up where I attached it. And so that's how that looks there. Okay, so then once that was complete, I was like, what kind of flowers will I put on this? And I haven't been crafting for too long, like I said, so I'm trying to make my own flowers, see how that turns out. And I had this eyelet white cotton trim, and so I made my flower from this. And I cut my circle like a little too big. It was like that, and I didn't realize that the flower was going to come out this big until I had already started, and I was like, well, let's see how it's going to turn out. So after I did like 3 layers of this, sorry, 2 layers of that, and then I did, no, it's 3 layers, and then I took this lace, and then I did just 1 layer of that around. And then this is one of those Mod Podge melts. I used their frame, and then I cut an S out for her name and put that in there. And then once I had the flower on here, you know, I liked it, but then what I didn't like was that, you know, it was there, and then it just left a big void here. It was too skinny and uneven. So my solution for that was to take this bronze tool, and I secured it behind the flower here. Sorry, everyone. I secured it behind the flower, and then I just draped it down and brought it across, and then I secured it there, and then I left a little bit right out there. And then to cover up where I glued it, I used this Recollections flower, and it already came crusted with the pearls and all of the sequins and stuff, and I thought that that was really pretty, so I didn't even do anything to that. And this is a Wild Orchid Craft flower, and then a Recollections leaf. And then for this part, we have another one of those Recollections flowers. This is another one as well, Wild Orchid Crafts. And then these, the 4 flowers here, this one, this, and this, those are Michael's flowers. This are some more of the Recollections embellishments, like the one that I had used on the S. And these were the colors that it came in originally. So I just left it like this because it matched all the colors that I was using. So, and then we have a vintage button, and I just tied a bow with that white string with the gold thread throughout it. And then here's some more bling that I just put there. And let's see. Oh, and then for the top, what I used for to go around this trim here, this I believe is Ofre is the company that makes it. It's probably something that you would use like for a hem. I just thought that it was perfect for this, the way that it, you know, it just stood out like that, and it did. It with the tool and this like I don't know what it's called, guys. I'm not a seamstress, so I don't know, but it did work very nicely for this. I started it first here on this side, and then I went all the way around, and then let's see, let me turn it around here for you to see. Whoops. And then I glued it right there. And then I took this cotton lace trim, and then I did the same thing, went all the way around, and then this just secured it on there. And then for the handle, I just poked the 2 holes right there, tied it, used the white ribbon, and then I glued this brown on top of it just to give it, you know, a little bit more dimension, and then tied it, and there you have it. So then she can hang it on the door or on the wall if she likes, and there it is. So I hope you've enjoyed my video and my projects, and if you wish to comment, I would appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.